Today is, what the hell is it today? December 9th, 2021. Little YDBT Daily coming at you. YDBT Daily coming at you. Getting you guys some daily content. I'm going to try to keep this up till the end of the year. And then, see how it does. And then maybe back it off to 3 times a week because it's a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a lot. I got a full-time gig and the last thing I want to do is work another hour and then some to get you guys content. But so far it's doing good. It's growing. Can't really complain. Today I wanted to talk about, are you getting the first service you paid for? And what I'm talking about mostly is on the tech side of things. So I used to work for a shop, and the reason I stopped working for that shop is because they were doing some trifling shit that I didn't want to co-sign on, because when you're the main face that the customer sees, you get the blame, and then you kind of just want to say, you know what, I'm going to disassociate myself with this company because I don't co-sign on the shit they do. I don't trust the techs. I just don't want to co-sign on this stuff. So in the last, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I've seen a very consistent trend where people switch tuners. And it's mostly shops that have dynos and tuners, because that makes me laugh. Every single time a shop says we're looking for a tuner, I go, do you know what you're looking for? Do you know what you're looking for? Oh, I'm looking for a Ford tuner that's special. I'm looking for a Ford guy that also does Dodge, that also does Mitsubishi, that also does Motec, that also I'm like, are you gonna pay him $1 million a year? Oh no? So you're not looking for a tuner. You're looking for a guy that can get the car running okay, make power wide open throttle, and send him on his way, aka a watt tuner. You're not looking for a tuner. So I always wondered what shops did that had their own in-house tuning. Oh, we got an in-house tuner. Oh, really? Is that dyno rolling all day, every day? No, it's not. So he must have a side gig, right? He must go away for a week or two, get his money traveling, right? Because that's what the good tuners do in terms of like some that don't offer, e-tuning. They go to Puerto Rico, they go to Abu Dhabi, they go to UAE, they stay at the Burj Khalifa. By the way, do you guys know the Burj Khalifa does not have plumbing? So they pump their shit out via trucks. There's like no plumbing. It's fucking hilarious. So shops tend to just get the job out the door. And that's when I started noticing, and that's when YOLO Douchebag started really making waves, talking about, boy, there's probably 6 good tuners on the planet. Yeah, there's other guys that share files or draw or reverse or use an already existing file, make 2 changes and call themselves a tuner. But in actuality, there's probably, legit 4 or 5, maybe 6 good tuners on the planet, all platforms. So it is interesting to, and I'm not one of them. I don't consider myself a good tuner at all. Just a guy that I literally share Junior's file. So I wonder if that has happened to you guys, where you go to a dyno tuner and, what thing made good power, but I got to cut it off at 7,000 RPMs because maybe your stock fuel pump isn't doing so well. So I'll tell you a story about what happened to a customer recently that I thought I should share with y'all. And I think it'd be interesting. But just before this, I had some dude out there with a leaf blower non-fucking stop. Like he fell in love with a leaf blower. Apparently he leaf blows everything. He doesn't know what a broom is. So we got Denzel in the house with SVT Coca-Cola with the shit-ass Gen 3 TVS. YouTube Corrupt, the mod, the OG mod, totally 812. Matthew Nichols, Fresh Pasteles, the best name. Mahdi, Eliza, SD Irishman, Cluster BM, Nazario Mendoza, Jose Bustamante. This is the Beaner chat. What the fuck is going on? Did I somehow hit Mexico for like location? ¿Qué está pasando? Arturo Amorcillo. What the fuck? Ken McAllister. Thank God, an Irish dude. Miguel Salazar, Omar C, Jason Reed, Carlos Arroyo. Oof. Live with IDBT, Jason, Slow ST, Matt A, Sonic Gotta Go Fast, Joey G, Abel, Ivan, Dimitri Prokopopes, holy shit. Ashton 5.0, Jesus Perez, literally the Beaner chat. Jason, we got the same motherfuckers just talking nonstop. Yep, there's 3 guys on. Matt 2011 GT, Angel Jovel, Imperial, Bader, Wesley, Lex Luthor, the guy who was trying to hit on a chick on the other chat. That was hilarious. Twisted 500, no ECU tuning. All the broke boys will have to say it's bought. Potential spam, Solo 18GT, and Angel Jovel. We got a couple of people on. Who else? Bring Your Wood Screws, GT Frank, Israel Rios, TRD, RGA, Angel Puerto Rico, John Good, Jared Wells, the Catfish Hunter, JD Swag, Nazario, and Loader High. Okay, so had a customer today, or yesterday. Yeah, I think yesterday. Simple combo, and shout out to him. I think his name is like FaZe or something like that. He was like, hey, Alex, got a Paxton setup, MU52s, booster pump, Gen 1 car, manual. Do that bitch in my sleep. Here you go, sir. Comes back, the logs are 30% lean. And I'm like, yeah, do me a favor. Can you check for vacuum leaks? He's like, okay, gotcha. He was very, very good with the ticket system. He wasn't like, no, just fucking tune it, dude. No, he was super awesome. He's like, okay, I'll check for vacuum leaks. Goes, checks for vacuum leaks, checks back with me in a couple hours. Bro, nothing. I even smoke checked it. I'm like, you smoke checked it? Okay, so what injectors are in it? He goes, MU52. I said, I love you. I'll make an adjustment, a slight one. So I wanted to hit the math curve by 5% just to see if it changed the data. If it was 30% lean, then I threw 5% at it and it was 1.25. Maybe I was onto something. Maybe he had a leak. Put the data in there, nothing. And I'm like, dude, I love you. Let me see that injector. He's like, it's an MU52. I was like, please, 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 let me see that injector. Pull it out. Let me see underneath. And how many holes, guys, does a MU52 have? Not necessarily numbers, but does it have more than 6? So he shows me the bottom of the injector, and sure enough, there's 6 holes. And he even said, yeah, I always thought MU52s had spacers, and these injectors did not have spacers, so it kind of threw me off. But my tuner, my dyno tuner at another shop, swore to God that these were MU52s. I go, those are LU47s. You should have known by the fact that they had no spacers. It's a long body injector, so it's an LU47 or a stock injector. He showed me 6 holes. It was a stock. It was a LU47. I go, you got an LU47 now. You're going to run out of steam at about 6,800 RPMs because Roush kits come with LU47s. But what are Roush RS3s limited to in RPM? 6,800 RPM. Any higher than that, you run out of injector. And they're limited to about an 85 millimeter pulley, an 82 millimeter pulley, or 85 millimeter pulley phase 1, phase 2, 82 millimeter pulley, booster pump, and an LU47. So he's like, no wonder that he said my car was running out of fuel at 7,000 RPMs, and I thought it was a tune issue. So I got a BAP and got a Lund tune. I go, aha, so he lied to you. He legitimately said that you had an MU52 in the car, and you actually ended up having an LU47. So he probably charged you. He probably charged you for the MU52. He probably said you had MU52s, charged you labor to put them in, tuned it, says, oh, it must be your fuel pump, Holmes, because it's running out of steam up top. You're going to need a BAP. And the customer was like, you know what? I'll just get a Lund tune. So he was lied to. He was lied to. And I was like, well, what do you do at that point? At that point, you don't go out there and saying, well, your shop fucked you. He can come to that conclusion himself. He can just say, you know what? Last shop fucked me. Lesson learned. You know, I call it tuition. It's one of those things where you just learn. But are you able to verify what you got going on? Knowing what I know now, if I have anyone work on my car, I want to see what goes on there. Let's say I show up somewhere and I'm counting on the shop to be a one-stop place to get all my stuff. Hey man, I'm bringing my Dodge Durango, whatever the hell, to you. I want a Whipple. I want to be on E85. I want a Trackhawk. Let's say a Trackhawk. You know, Hellcats and Trackhawk. Let's say I want a Trackhawk. I want 1050Xs. I want E85 capable. Give me all the shit. And they buy it, put it in. Are you going to trust that the shop? Do you care? Like, do you care to verify the parts that are actually in your vehicle? Or do you just say, they're a badass shop. There's no way they're going to fuck me. Look, nothing against the shops that are out there. But if I was a customer and I was paying $12,000 to $18,000 to get a car with a supercharger, return style system, boosted and all that stuff, I'd want to verify the shit's in there. I'd almost want to see Hey, show Al. Hey, the injectors got here. Okay, bet. Let me see him. Cool. I don't care. I want a step-by-step process because that's not cheap. But a lot of places are not looking to do that. Do you know how many times a customer has told me he has 1050X injectors in there and he's got Deechwork 95s? So that means the shop told them 1050Xs were going to be in there, probably had a 1050X box laying around, but bought Deechwork 95s. What's the price difference between the two? Like $200-300. So they pocketed the difference. They probably charge them for 1050Xs, and then they put Deechworks 95 in there. And that is a very common thing people do. Do you know how many times I had to outline a build for somebody, and they were so cheap that I had to upsell BBK stuff? Like, I was like dying inside, slowly dying inside. I'm like, this BBK throttle body is awesome, and this cold air intake is gonna give you 5 to 20 horsepower. And I knew I was lying to the motherfucker, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But I didn't lie about the parts that were going in. I was lying that the parts were any good. So what do you do to verify? I go to trustworthy people. Mikey's not gonna fuck me. Mikey's not gonna buy my parts. I'm gonna buy the parts. I'm gonna pay him good money and labor, and I always tip Mikey. Every time, ask Mikey how many times I've paid him what he says the job is worth. Ask him. If you guys are friends with Mikey, say, hey, if you say it's $700, how much does Alex give you? Bet me it's $900. Bet me it's $850. Bet me it's at least $100+ than what he charged. Why? Because I know labor fucking sucks, and I know it took him a little longer than he said it took him. So if he quotes me a job for $500, I give him 6 or 7. Ask him, because I know he's not making money in the parts. I know he's probably giving me a break on the labor, and I always like to make sure that the guy's taken care of. You know what I mean? You definitely got to take care of your people, and don't be shy about tipping people, because that keeps them treating you well. Nothing. Look, I've gone to restaurants, Yard House, and especially around Christmas time, I'm very generous. Okay, I've done really well. You guys have helped me grow the channel, and I share the wealth a little bit. So yeah, I'm not exactly a Republican. So I go out there and I give someone a very generous tip, 100% sometimes. If it's a $30 meal, here's $60. I don't care. And people are like, oh, that's fucking stupid. It makes me feel good that the person sees the tip and goes, holy shit. And you see the look on their face and they're very happy. And I'm not even there to look at it. But I'm not an over tipper. I'm not psycho like $100 on a $20 fucking tab. Fuck all that. But what I'm saying is, when a shop treats you good and you got good service, I think a tip goes a long way. But the problem is, a lot of shops out there are giving good shops bad name by doing trifling shit. Like we found out that this guy did today. And I was like, dude, I love you. I don't want to rag on the shop, but it's an LU-47. He charged you for an ME-52, probably charged you for labor. Then he said you got to get a boosted pump because it was running out of fuel at 6,800 RPMs. It happens often. Are you getting the service you paid for? How do you verify? Do you have a trustworthy shop you're into? I told you guys who are the shops I fucks with. Carolina Speedworks, Finish Line Performance, anyone Beefcake fucks with, Power by the Hour. In Florida, in about a month or two, another shop I think is gonna come into our radar. 2 shops I think are moving to the West Palm area. I hope. I think one is Lujan Motorsports. I hope. If not, Miami area, Lujan. Now, Lujan, it probably doesn't take on a lot of volume, but the quality of work is perfection. He builds some of the sickest, most beautiful Fox bodies on the planet. And they run a number, and he's just like legit. And if he starts working on volume, Coyote specific stuff, I would recommend the shit out of him. And another shop is looking to become a dealer. We got reached out at FL2K. Shop was, Modnats. A shop was like, hey man, we want to get on the game. And we're like, yo, you want to get in on this? This is what it takes. And they were down with that bullshit. So what do you guys think? What do you got? Do you have a shop you trust? Had you been fucked over by a shop before? Tell me the story. We'll talk about it. You like that going down my throat, Daddy? Okay. I've seen a dealer do that on warranty repairs. Oh, you guys know the story of the cabin filter. Do you guys know the cabin filter story with my Genesis? Let me know. Just a tip, BB. I remember when I was selling LU-47s on, the kid who bought them was so weird that they weren't. I even showed him the 6 holes and everything. He might have been scammed before. Felt bad for people. Yeah, it's like, why even go out if you're not going to tip good? Don't be that guy. We don't know anyone. We don't know any better sometimes. I gave 40% tip to the waitress on Thanksgiving. You got to be good. The service people, Look, guys, those guys don't make shit. They're fucking tired. And they still happen to smile. Even if the service is bad, I'm going to give you 20%. I'm sorry. I'm one of those guys that's going to go, fuck it. I'm going to give you 20% because if I come here another time and I like the restaurant, but I didn't like the service and I gave her a bitch ass tip and she goes out to the back and shits on my potatoes, I'm good. I'm good. No, thank you. I actually tipped my mechanic and was freaked out. I said, thanks for being legit and getting me the car back fast. I appreciate good and fast, honest work. Rare nowadays. Now I have had guys been recommended to me. And this is the other thing, guys, mechanics, right? If you don't do a certain type of work, let's say, for instance, I wanted an exhaust done. Right now, I am in West Palm Beach. I would love to find someone that is willing to make a aluminum cap back for the GT500. I have the mufflers. I want an aluminum cap back, and I want some nice tips, like Shelby quad tips for the back of them bitches. I would love to find a shop that does. I'll do that. I'll weld those MagnaFlows on there. I'll make some aluminum piping, make it all legit. And as long as it's legit, I'm willing to pay the money. But I got recommended a shop to install my, fuck it, I'll say it, because why protect them, right? My Beltec drop kit for the F-150. I said, hey, I reached out to someone who I think is legit. I said, hey, man, do you know anyone that's willing to put in this suspension for the F-150? He goes, oh, I know a guy. He's fucking legit. I'm like, really? Yeah, legit. Okay, cool. Not only was it not legit, he installed the kit fucked up. He installed the kit jacked up. That Jake looked at it and goes, that's not right. There shouldn't be a gap there. So what did I do? I took the shackles off. He never shaved down the bolts to actually have the shackle actually meet the diff. He actually left the bolts, the studs really long and tightened the clamps down. And it ended up making a dimple on the rear end. And I'm like, not only was he not legit, he was incompetent. And he left my front end links loose. And I'm like, you can't find good work nowadays. I paid his money, but I'm never going to rep that fucking dude. That guy did a shitty job. And he's local. It's very difficult to find a good shop. My brother's a trained mechanic. He does all the work for me. Never heard of the cabin filter story. Okay, so the cabin filter story. I go and you guys remember the Genesis. You can go back on the channel. The Genesis was love that car. Genesis R-Spec, 400 plus horsepower, 5-liter V8 sedan. You can say I'm gay because I had a Hyundai. Who cares? That thing was gapping. That thing was actually gapping or staying really close to some Coyote Mustangs. It was hilarious. So when I bought the car, I got free oil changes for a year, free car washes, and a free 100-point inspection, whatever the fuck. So I bring it one time for my oil change, and they do the inspection, and they pull out the cabin filter. And the guy goes, the service writer, I'm at the lobby. I got my laptop. I'm working for VMP at the time. And I'm working for VMP with my hotspot, totally working, not on porn at all. And I'm just, and then he was like, oh, excuse me, sir. Yeah. Are you the one with the Genesis? Yeah. Oh, look at this filter. It's fucking, it's disgusting. This really needs to be changed. I go, really? How much would it be for a new cabin filter? Because he said it's a cabin filter. How much would it be for a new cabin filter? He goes, oh, let me look it up for you, sir. So I go up there to the top. He goes, it'll be $38, which is fucking bullshit, right? A little filter like this. Oh, it'll be $38. And listen to this. $47 for labor. So for a grand total of like $80, I said, oh, well, let me do this. I'll buy the filter if you don't charge me for labor. And he's like, well, sir, I have to charge you for labor. I said, really? Let me ask you a question. Did I ask you to remove the cabin filter? He goes, no, it's part of our 100-point inspection. I go, right. So now if I deny buying that filter, you have to slide in my old one. So I propose this. I will buy your insanely priced filter as long as you don't charge me labor, or you can just shove the old one back in because it's the same motion except with a new filter. He was like, fuck. You could tell he was just like, I'll remove the labor. I said, okay, so I'm going to get charged $37 plus tax. He goes, yep. I said, good. That's how they try to fuck you. And that's how I knew immediately, fuck this place. He tried to get me for $50 basically to basically put a filter that he took out that I never asked him to take out to put a new one in. I was like, you gots to be fucking kidding me, bro. That is rookie shit. That's rookie shit. Total rookie shit, man. I would have done this. I would have said, hey, man, this line, it's one of these line item things that I can't really remove, but I'll just cut the labor in half and charge you $20. I would have been like, oh, sick. I'm getting a deal. Nope. I got to charge you $47 for labor on a part that I didn't have authorization to remove. You're going to buy the new one, and I'm going to charge you for labor to put. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Rookie ass shit, bro. What's the shop's name? I bet it was my cousin, says Draco SS. Alex got a question. Does the Ghost Cam tune overheat the cats? Why would it overheat the cat? Why would it overheat the cats? And don't go, I don't know. Why? Think about the mechanics that are happening when the cam lobe tune is. What do you think the cam lobe tune is doing? I'd love to know what you think the cam lobe tune is doing to cause more heat on the cats. That's a good one. Like, what do you, and don't say, I don't know, motherfucker, just answer the question. No. You gotta, if you don't have any mechanical background, this is how you should phrase the question. Can the cam lobe tune cause any issues with cats? But I've heard that it'll smell like sulfur badly if you run the tune with cats. What's your opinion? Let me ask you a question, right? You have a LS3 Camaro. You get long tube headers, high flow cats to stay legal, and a BTR kill the fucking seals cam. What is shoving a cam, making it overlap chop, going to do to the catalytic converter? Tell me, what does it do? Well, it dumps fuel. Actually, the cam lobe tune reads lean. It reads lean at idle. Dude, that's what I mean, Alex. Stop it. Next, he's going to ask if he should remove them. Kyle, Ren, you got it. You understand, guys? Any catalytic converter question is immediately funny. You are living in the environment of the Environmental Protection Agency. So the moment you think you're fucking being slick on cat questions, think about what I have. Let's say I answer the question. Let's say, hypothetically, right? If I was to say, oh, you can't run that fucking tune because it's going to damage the cat. Don't you think the EPA is going to go, wait a minute, what? And I did say hypothetically, whoa. Lund sells a tune that, and you're out there asking that question. This is what I mean about I don't have friends. I don't have people I hang out with. I don't have people that I think are like smart, because the vast majority of people move like that, right? They go, Alex, does Lund Racing's cam lobe tune cause the cats to fucking explode? Should I remove them? What the fuck is? Wow. And I think he's probably sitting there going, I don't know. I think it was a pretty good of these polluter cams. Fuck the whales. Fuck your icebergs. Melt the icebergs cam. El Nino BTR cams. I have a neighborhood cat. You're making fun of me, but once again, I did make that statement. Actually, you did make that statement. You typed it, did you not? I like dogs better, says Paul H. You did in the chat, bro. Should have worded it differently. People just don't understand how to move nowadays. I have had people in the chat go, hey, Alex, I got a 42430 code. Can you remove that real quick? Thanks, bye. Hey, Alex, I have a 42430 code because I removed my cats. Can you help me pass inspection? Hey, Alex, I have a twin turbo car and I can't get the monitors to set. Sucks for you, pal. Put the cats on. Bolt on all the fucking O2 sensors. Make sure that all the O2 sensors are hooked up. It's 2021. EPA is fucking closing shops down. And you guys are in the ticket system on Facebook, on Instagram, saying shit like, did you guys get catalytic converter codes on Catalyst cars with the Luntune? Like, you're still doing that? Did you not get your head out of your ass and understand what's happening yet? It's over. Hot rodding, as we all know it, is over. Biden signed in a fucking bill that by like fucking 10 years, net zero emissions. It's over, Johnny. It's over. It's over. Carburetor. Time to buy a small block Ford. Carburate your Coyote. Like it's here. We got to. I never had more fun than I did when I had my Fox body. Well, 650 air gap, stock E7s with the hump, with the hump ported out. You know, the hump, little hump on the, you know, like the little, when you got your fingers in a girl and you go up, that little hump, that's the E7 hump. Port that shit out with a Dremel. Shit ass Ford Motorsports headers, light gut the car, go 11.7s, 760s all day, happy as fuck. I didn't know what the fuck tuning was until 2011. I had no idea what the fuck tuning was, and I was living a happy life. Loving life, going fast, having a good time. Now I get a Coyote car. Now all of a sudden tuning matters? Give me that carburetor. Give me that carburetor. Can I get a Cool the Cat tune? Hey, Holmes, I got these EPA edition cats for sale. They're crispy boy chop. These crispy boy chop. Just drill holes in it. You'll be good. Yeah. Yeah, that Joe Byron. Bing bong. Fuck your life. Joe Byron. Chinese restaurants prefer cats. Everyone will be forced to buy EV. The sport is gone because of people with their stupid actions. Say you like men without saying you like men. That's pretty much what you said. The Brandon exhaust system. Roger Kirk says, first name Mo, last name Ron. Mo Ron. Michael Nunn says hi. Ford Matt says, you should hear the Ford dealer story regarding my 350 spitting out my old filter 3 times. Hearing a return style fuel system with dual triple pumps use up more power to run the pumps. Would you recommend having a separate battery just for the pumps? Nawed Sadiq. Alex, listen to me. Linda. Hearing a return style fuel system with dual triple pumps use up more power to run the pump. Would you recommend having a separate battery for just the pumps? Red car, 2 pumps for 4 years. Fairmont, 3 pumps for 2 years. GT500 has been built for 4 years, 3 pumps. No issue. But Ali, listen. In Saudi Arabia, it's 138 degrees. And it gets really, really hot. And Ford Innovation said you can only run 1 pump at the same time because of the heat. Do you think I should run the VMP heat exchanger? Listen. Instead of running the intercooler fluid through the heat exchanger, can I run the fuel through the heat exchanger to cool it on the way back? What do you think? Just bowling spit. I am just bowling spit. Oh, fuck me. All I needed to hear. He's great. What's up? Can't believe you Coyote head flow. Can't believe Coyote heads flow might have to jump to the dark side. What's up? Can't believe Coyote head flow might have to jump to the dark side. Don't know what the fuck he's talking about. You need a second alternator. You need 2 mech mans like Steve Made, who does those fucking audio systems up on the West Coast. He's got a Tahoe with 418s, and you hear that Jeezy song that everyone's playing on Instagram to like show how like they tell me you live in the hood without telling me you live in the hood. Need the New World Order. I came to hate the emissions dance. And I had to do every year with my Gen 1. Part of the reason I sold that some bitch. If you're concerned about electric power loss, you should look at your higher output alternator, not another battery. I think you should put 2 battery. Listen. It's time to build the turbo small block Ford with a blow-through carburetor. Your tuning device is a motherfucking wrench for the distributor and a little thing to change the jets. Yeah, it sucks. It's a little cool out, add more fuel. Tipping's weird, squirters. You got to adjust and tune. But guess what? You ain't got to be waiting on nobody. I am down with that shit. I am so down with today's modern carburetors that are blow through E85 compatible. Oof, and I got more fuel system than I need in that Fairmont to make that fucker a small block Ford carburetor bitch, 700 fucking, I'm looking for 700 wheel NA, stupid compression. I want that bitch to be solid roller. Gotta shim the bitch every time I stop at a light. I gotta shim the fucking valves. Let me shim this son of a bitch. Why? I just stopped at a light. Gotta shim it. I shim it every stoplight. It's time to get that anti-Biden tune. I love that group, Coyote Guy. Okay, are you guys in the house? Okay. Need the New World Order tune. Okay, time to build turbo. I love that too. It's time to get that. Alex is going to get a ticking package from the Middle East, clowning those dudes. Alex, I sent you a cheesecake. Hey, what, you want me to ship it to Power by the Hour? Huh? Yeah. Get a package. It's just fucking ticking. Besides cooked, what header do you recommend on an 18 plus GT? I only recommend Ultimate Header. Ultimate Header is badass shit. Badass shit. Just look at their build quality. They'll be at PRI. If you guys are in the Indianapolis area, go to, you can get in there. Like on Saturday, I think they allow the general public in there. But this year, they probably allow anybody in there because no one's looking to go during the COVID bullshit. Check out the Ultimate Headers booth. You'll see why I think they're the best header on the market. And I would say American Racing? ARH, American Racing Headers, and Cooks are a close second, tied. Hey, Alex, can I route the exhaust through my heat exchanger and then to the cats to cool them off? It done. Which is worse, Corsa Extremes or Borla Attacks? Haha, Corsa Extremes are way worse than Borla Attacks. Borla Attacks have like little tiny drone when you're just cruising. Corsa's just cold start, super fucked. 2 batteries and run them in parallel. Can I get a high output alternator tune? Fucking deals, bro. Alex, what does it take to be a shop dealer for Lund, if you can say? I think there's a certain sales criteria that has to be met and sustained for a certain amount of time in order for you to get dealer pricing. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to like get half price on tunes. But if you have enough volume, you can make a little money on the tune. Now, usually shops use it to facilitate their builds. If you're like a guy that has a brick and mortar small place, like a one little, 1,000 square foot warehouse, and you just happen to buy S&B filters and PMASs and you want to be a parts house and you want to resell, Lund tunes, I don't think that's a good money maker, honestly. I think the best way to do it is if you build cars in-house and you don't want to employ a tuner, you use us. And if you are pushing out a certain amount of vehicles per month, then you can get a good deal on the tune and you can make some money on the tune. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Aloha Snack Bar says, leave it to Beaner. I worked for a big brand shop and mechanic diagnosed the Mustang with a dead cylinder. Recommend a new engine or a rebuild. Fast forward to the new engine and had the same misfire. Bad injector the whole time. Florida Street Imports. We make 2,000 horsepower in a true radio car. Big block, twin 91s, blow through alcohol bin 412. Oh, 183 on 275s. Carbs work damn good. I'll be talking to you, homeboy. That sounds like a badass time. Good for you. Matt 12MGT says, since I'm upgrading to 1440 injectors, should I get a separate gas tank? You know what you should do? You should go to U-Haul, get a trailer hitch, and make sure that the trailer hitch can hold a S550 dual saddle gas tank with 4 Innovations fuel pumps in there. Make sure you have enough of a lead wiring harness so you can connect it to the trailer hitch and have a separate battery in the trailer to run the pumps. It done. Absolutely. Best Axleback for Gen 1. Roush or Flowmaster Outlaw? Neither. They're both equally shit. Holy crap. Yo, Alex, NA, my AFR, on point. As soon as I spray wet shop, it's mad lean. My pump is upgraded. Do you think it could be losing fuel pump voltage to the pump or fuel pressure regulator issue? 4.6 Chris, if it's lean, did you try to put a bigger fuel jet in it? Or is it a dry shop? Aloha Snack Bar says, what's the correct way to use octane booster? I got an owned car tuned by Dakota, having lean issues while cruising. I dump a full fan of unleaded octanium every tank. That's not good. Changing the plugs after 509 miles, not 508, not 510, 509 miles. Aloha Snack Bar, one bottle per full tank of 14 gallons. That's what I do. And it's 100. But if you're lean while cruising, octane booster will not cause lean issues. And when you're saying cruising, okay, guys, Matt 2011 GT had a similar issue not too long ago. He's like, Alex, when I'm cruising, the fuel trims are like 20%. I go, so if you're at 68 miles an hour in 6th gear, and you let off the gas a little bit, what happens when you let off the gas when you're on the highway, guys? What happens? Ooh, the car engine brakes. Ooh. That entry criteria for coasting fuel shutoff, you're probably at the cusp of that entry criteria, meaning load versus RPM, air fuel, whatever, the hysteresis. So if you're cruising at 15 or 1800 RPMs in 6th gear, and you're staring down your fuel trims like a fucking bird dog, like a psychopath, give it gas. Ooh. Oh, fuel trims are back when I give it gas. When I let off, boom, fuel trims go lean because of coasting fuel shutoff. But if you're in between, when you're barely on the throttle, you're going to be in and out, in and out, in and out of coasting fuel shutoff, out, in, out, in, out. And the fuel trims will go 110, 120, 10, 110, 120. Sometimes you can't be staring at the data, dude. Don't stare at the fucking data that much. Sent you the comment of the week. Thank you, JD Swag. I appreciate you, sir. Had a car on the dyno today, and at 1600 RPMs, Lambda went from 0.78 to 0.72. Could this be caused by cat protection? I have stock cats. Abso-freaking-lutely. If you had a car on the dyno, and it hits the cats have an inferred temp threshold, it dumps fuel to cool the cats. Stock. These cars have cat protection enabled. So it dumps fuel when there's an inferred temp of, 1700 degrees or some shit. And it dumps fuel to cool the cat. Stock. So, stock Mustang should technically be at 0.72 lambda if the cats are really hot. But people don't pay attention to that. Only when they get a tune do they stare down the AFR. And they're like, hey, why is it so fucking rich, Lund? Oh, because we're protecting the cats. Well, can you shut that off? It's a stock function. Oh, it never did that stock. Did you dyno it stock? Did you even look at that parameter stock? Did you even pay attention to that stock? Nope. Which cold air intake do you recommend on an 18 plus? And is it worth it to also upgrade the throttle body with it? No and no. Look, what do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with a stock ass Mustang? I had no more fun than when my white car was bone stock with an E85 tune. Oh, what a fucking ride. What a ride. What a ride. Fun. Cool. Chilling. Imagine if I would have been like, well, let me get a cold air. Let me get a ported intake manifold. Let me get a throttle body. Let me get long tube headers. I would have been fucking $4,000 deep in the bitch. Headers, labor, manifold, porting, throttle body, cold air. Safer boost. It done. ARX DMOS says, Alex, ESS Dakota tune for me is absolutely awesome. Tune runs like stock with no funny idle shit, and it's 20 degrees out where I am. Thank you. What is the outside temperature? Congratulations. Where do they get these tuners just using HP Tuners files? Well, they're not tuners, and they know they're not tuners. So in the LS world, I think it's normal and not taboo to draw a file, adjust it, make fun of it. That's my favorite, right? Every single time I go, I'm like, look, I got added when I became a tuner and I actually gave a fuck. I got added to all these forums. I'm like, oh, I want to learn so much. And now I want to forget. So I'm seeing all these guys draw a file and make fun of it. Draw a file and make fun of it. Why are you drawing the file? Why aren't you putting in your own file? Who gives a fuck what the last guy did? Do you think we piggyback off of other tuners' shit? Alex, you want a data log of how the car is before you tune it? No, I don't care. What do you mean you don't care? You don't want to know how it's running? I don't care. I can't see his tune. I don't care. But in HP Tuners land, it's like you draw it out, you look at it, you post a screenshot on Facebook, and then you adjust. And I look, I guarantee they adjust like 3 tables. And they're like, here you go. Everything else was pretty kosher, but the timing table was super jacked, so I fixed that. So you didn't tune it. You adjusted the timing table. That's all you did. You scaled it properly, and you probably made it blend better. But the whole tune, you didn't do. Like sometimes just the timing table's fucked up, and that sounds bad. If you guys were to look at one table from a Lund tune, depending on how it's configured, you'd think the whole tune is super jacked up. But then there's shit you can't see, stupid. Then there's shit in the background you can't see, dumbass, because you don't have access to it, stupid. So people judge a Lund tune if they can draw it based on one table. Oh my God, Lund has 30s all the way across. What a dumbass. He doesn't know how to tune. Then there's other tables we reference, dumbass. And you can't see them because you don't have the shit we have. I see it all the time. And once I knew that, guys, once you understand that what the tuner sees, depending on who and what access the tuner has, is not the whole story. So they're out there popping off, making fun of other tuners. I'm like, motherfucker, how do you know that's the table he's even referencing? Well, what do you mean? I'm like, it's borderline knock table 16. How do you know he's not referencing something else? What do you mean? Oh, fuck out of here. Carbs, golden screwdrivers, and a huge box full of jets coming in hot. Am I getting into the carb game, baby? Big old 1150 Dominator, 1501 compression, mini back bad man. Aloha Snack Bar says, I was having surging issues and sent a log to Dakota, and he said it was lean and had to find what changed on the car. Didn't find anything wrong besides a lot of buildup on my plugs. Aloha Snack Bar, if it's a Gen 3, ask him to shut off coasting fuel shut off and see if it gets better. Angel Javel says, land and see the ported throttle bodies, then leave. What about ported cats? Have we addressed those yet? Remember, Alex, cold air equals more power. Cold air. Bing Bong sold another haha. I'll offer free space on my server for file drawers, then I'll publicly shame them. Hey, Alex, I replaced my alternator. Do I need to return? It's a bolt-on. I don't even know what driven laughs I was saying. Do you recommend, so you don't recommend long tube headers on an NA Daily GT? What? Jesus Christ. What do you want to do with it? Long tube headers are an $1,100 to $1,400 investment. Yeah, you can get them. Cool. No problem. But why not save for boost? Why not save for boost? Just watching the laptop with RTD confuses me. I'm good. What's up, bitcho? Any stock mama lona bumping in, says George Garcia. Almost like leaving a tuner and making your own business, claiming you're the best. Yes, Jesus Perez. So, and that's open to interpretation, right? Like leaving a tuner. Like I have known situations where in order to save face, tuners had to negotiate an exit. You know what I mean? I can't get into too much. But they had to negotiate an exit strategy so that they would save face. But what actually got them gone was something else. So, you know, what you guys are told on Facebook, what you guys are told on Instagram, what you guys see, what you think people do, that's half the story. Now, someone like me that knows a decent amount, depending on the tuner we're talking about, there's no upside to saying the truth because then it looks like I'm kicking someone while they're down. But I know the truth. You know, I know the truth as to how certain people left certain places. So it is an interesting concept seeing someone all of a sudden leave and start their own shit. And I'm like, interesting. Second shift racing in the house. No dear today, bitch. How's Tony? Tony has pink eye because he was rolling around in shit. Right? Dickhead, you got pink eye. You got shit in your eye. He was rolling around out there with the Great Pyrenees for a couple hours. And he got a little pink eye. I feel that you're right about going back to the old school carb days. I believe most will end up going that route in the future. You don't think if I find a way of putting a carburetor on a Coyote that I'll lock the cams so it'll chop. I'll put an 1100 carburetor on the bit, the super Victor, Grandpa Victor, Not the senior, not the junior, the grandpa Victor. Wow! Get some. Well, Alex, you didn't make as much horsepower. Sick, but I don't have to fuck with anybody. I got screwdriver and I got jets. Bye-bye. Bing bong. Fuck your life. I'd host Real Teal's website for free. Is the P0014 code a cam phaser issue? I got it after the oil change on a Gen 3 car. So Rich 50, I got that code on the white car when I had the cam phaser issue that it was dropping phasing, the dreaded Gen 3 cam falling out of phasing issue. Once you got the oil change, it'll kind of wonk out for a bit and then it'll just normalize. Clear the code, live life, bing bong, it's all good. Alex, what's your opinion on the 1440 injectors, or should I bite the bullet and go 1300s? Look, David Horn, the best injectors that FIC makes, and they sponsor me. I'm not gonna look. I got a whole banner up here with their shit. It says FIC right there. So the FIC 1000Hs and the 1440s are their absolute best injector out there. Now, ID 1300 is the 1050X and the 1300 for ID is their best injector. So I can't go wrong either way. I prefer FICs. They're cheaper and they tune great. So Alex, if you boost a stock Coyote, will it destroy the cats within time? Yes. Or should I be able to drive it forever with it? I like how they say forever. You can't drive a Coyote forever stock. It'll be okay at about 10 pounds of boost. Anything above that, you're going to have issues. Potential spam says, hit it out. Drop a like, everyone. Yes, guys, drop a like. 291 people watching, 232 likes. Let's get it up to 300. SK Performance Jeff from Oklahoma. There ain't shit going on over there. He's bumping in. Can you put a 12A650 ECU from the... Don't care. Rich 50 says, okay. I'm going to ask Alex a very specific question. I don't care. I don't care. Alex, handing out FIC injectors for Christmas. Bro. I'm waiting for that big thing of popcorn. You know how this is the time of year where you get the big cinnamon cake, the big tub of popcorn. This is that time of year. I'm waiting for that shit, bro. What tire pressure are you guys running on a radial? Skinny, 35 to 40, depending. John DiNapoli has been a member for 11 months. One more month and you get the pregnant man emoji. Does anyone have the pregnant man emoji yet? Better than the weather here in Ohio. I was doing brakes in the snow and the mud today, second shift racing. So I guess he said, Alabama weather be shit right now. But Alex, I'm going to keep the Coyote forever. I'm going to port the whole car. Should I be okay forever and never, ever, ever, ever have to do anything to the car? Come on, stop it. I'm asking about that ECU because they gave an MSD box to run carbs on it and maintain ignition. Yeah, I don't know shit about it. I love you. I'm B-Turvia race. I don't know about it. I'm going to be honest with you. Did you guys hear that Suncoast? I ain't going to mention it. I think Suncoast is selling like a foot brake adapter. I'm like, a throttle? Like what? A foot brake adapter, like adjustable. And I'm like, stop it. Stop it. You'll want to read it. Nah, I won't want to read it. I really won't want to read it. It's not going to, I don't care. WMS Tooney says, carbed turbo Coyote Fox running 8s, local friend of mine built and races it. You can put a carb on an LS, just saying. Fuck LSs. Are you insane? Are you insane? I can get a Gen 3 Coyote, lock the cams, and there's 470 something horsepower with a, E85 and headers. And I have to put a cam, heads, whatever the fuck I got to do to a fucking LS to make it make that kind of power. No, you don't, Alex. Yeah, you do. That's one good thing about Alabama. We don't really get snow. Did you get in a gunfight with that neighbor, JD Strike? Oh, what is happening? My friend got a Ken belt installed on his car by a reputable shop here in Utah. And then when he pulled the blower off 3 months later, it had 3 intercooler bolts broken. How about a rag in your intercooler, huh? I had that happen. That's right, motherfuckers. Shop I worked for. We bring in this badass 60s Camaro with a 671 or an 871 blower, making all the right sounds. And guy comes back, man, this thing ain't running right. This thing got no power. What you mean it got no power? Yeah, it's just not running right. All right, drop it off, pull the blower. Shop rag. Fucking red shop rag. I'm like, I gotta get out of this motherfucking job. Suncoast transmission. No, they have like an adapter that's like a pedal extender, but it's for foot braking. And I'm like, what? Are you guys legitimately selling something that you can do with your foot? How could you carb a Coyote? Holley EFI? So yeah, I mean, you need to know. You probably got to get those dumb LS coils for the coil situation. But yeah, you can carburetor a Coyote. That'd be cool. Think about doing that. Have you ever heard of balancing the camshafts for higher RPM stability, cam wave motion? Turvy Racing, potentially. Look, these guys, when it comes to anything that rotates, these guys go into the matrix when it comes to lightening stuff, polishing stuff to make it, cutting it a certain way so that when the oil hits it, it's less drag on the, I'm like, whoa, these guys go into the matrix. So I don't doubt it, but I personally have not heard of it personally. Another month of eating likes. This is going to look pregnant. Got it. Have you heard of the Turbo 400s having transbrake spool C's in the valve body? Apparently that's what happened to mine. Under 20 miles, 2,000 plus rated Turbo 400 from a reputable builder. Transbrake spool C's in the valve body. Honestly, I have not heard that. Cerberus 50. Have you ever heard of balance? I already got that. Just cam and tune will hit 400 on LS. Oh, just a cam and a tune? Just opening up the motor will hit 70 horse less than a Gen 3 Coyote. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to open up the motor to make the exact same power a Gen 1 Coyote makes. What a fucking shit show that is. Sniper makes an intake for a carb for a Coyote. MSD makes stuff to make it run. I believe that. What ignition system would you use for a carb Coyote? Guys, relax. I am not doing it. I don't have the kind of money you think I have. You guys think I have Cletus money? No, I don't have a track that I can chop up the asphalt and sell to you guys in Ziploc bags for $40 a pop with my signature on it. I don't have that. Joe Steele is running a stock Gen 3 crank. Maybe. Local guy here has a Kenny Bill 4.2 or 4.3 blower on his Lightning. He's going for a Lightning motor record. Lightning motor record. You know, these micro records are getting so fucking stupid. I've literally heard people go, what's the fastest stock bottom end Coyote with a 26 and MT82 record? I'm like, what? Like, they want to be recognized so bad that they're willing to micro record their car to death. And I'm like, dude, who gives a fuck? Do you think you're going to get 1 million YouTube subs because you have the fastest Coyote with an MT82 on 26 with a stock drive shaft? And like a Blackhawk cold air intake? Relax. No one cares. Could you sell bags of Tony's poop? He does it 3 times a day. So if you guys want some of Tony's poop, I'll sell that shit. If Cletus can sell dirt to you guys and you all bought it, I can sell dick cheese and Tony's poop for the same amount of price. I can make a lot of dick cheese. Just jerk off and just let it sit for a day and just scrape it. Here you go. Here's some dick cheese. $40. Well, Alex, you're gross. Wait a minute. At least you have some of me, not some asphalt, dumbasses. Alex got 1320 money. Bro, I'm doing okay, but I don't have that kind of money. No way. I'm wondering if I can make a bone stock Fox body 5.0 rated at 225 hit 300 with the right amount of money. No upgrades. What? It's Canada right now. It's Canada now. Why no pew pews? Oh, what is happening? Bing bong, Alex gets paid. Did LS guys ever get the baby to latch? Tony's poop will make you millions. I mean, could you imagine if I actually go out there and sell you guys junk? Look, I'm going to do a giveaway. Then let's talk about it right now. End of the show, because it's 53 minutes in. So I want to make sure I let you guys know. At the end of this episode, when it uploads, you're going to comment. If your comment gets the most likes by, let's say tomorrow, 5 p.m. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. One more time. We got 285 people on, so you can't tell me you didn't hear this part. If by tomorrow, 5 p.m., your comment after this live stream uploads, Thursday's live stream uploads, you will get 4 free cookies from Oh My God Cookies. All I need to know is that you have some kind of Instagram handle or a way to get a hold of you to verify you. Boundlebird won them last time. So again, on this video, Oh My God Cookies reached out to me and said, hey, let's do another giveaway. Let's do it. So at the end of this when this guy uploads, we're going to give away 4 cookies to the guy with the highest liked comment by tomorrow, 5 p.m. So get your comment in, start making funny shit, post whatever the hell you want, as long as it doesn't say bad words, because YouTube deletes them. So if you start swearing up a storm or you say bitch or anything, YouTube deletes the comment. So again, leave a comment after the video uploads today to make sure that you are eligible and your comment gets the most likes, and then you will win 4 Oh My God cookies. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., I'll reach out to you after seeing who has the highest likes. If it's a tie, I will give you both 4 cookies and I'll buy them on my side. Fuck it. But if you have a 3-way tie, same thing. So I don't care. I'll give cookies to every motherfucker. So 4 cookies to the winner, the guy that has the highest like comments on this video after it airs today. Don't tell me you didn't hear it, because I made it when most people were on. That's the giveaway. I bet I can make a 4.6 2-valve, hit 600. Okay, is B Turvey Racing trying to be funny today? He's being like that homeboy. Like, I love it. I know you're trying to be funny, but like, you're spamming at this point. Laughed at sell that shit because it was a pun. I've got the quickest and fastest converter. Here we go. Another guy making fun. Did you see that tuner shop that said they had a Gen 1 with just cold air tune making 445 wheel horsepower? Believe it? No, not at all. Look, on a dyno that's super happy, absolutely. But stock Gen 1 Coyotes barely make 400 horsepower at the wheel on pump gas. Barely. 445, no freaking way. No magic. A stock manifold, stock cams, and just a cold air with pump gas. Sorry, it's not going to do it. It doesn't even make that stock. What are Coyotes rated stock? What's a 2011 Coyote rated stock? 2011. Oh, that looks stock tuning, please. Mustang. 412 horsepower. So they somehow gained 60 horse after drivetrain loss. 60 to make 444. Nuts. 80. They somehow gained 80 horsepower with a cold air. Stop it. Stop it. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stupid lying ass motherfuckers. 5-year-old Druid, whatever the fuck he says. 20 GTA 10 limited to 91 octane, $10,000 budget. Thinking of getting a Whipple 3.0 from Beefcake Racing, stage 1 or 2. Tuner kit, other mods needed, FFE not currently an option. I would get everything, not a tuner kit. A tuner kit is not going to have injectors and it's not going to have tuning options. I would get everything at one shop, Beefcake Racing. So if you have any issues, you can go back to Beefcake. So I would get everything, the tuning, the injectors, everything, stage 2, because why not? And be a happy cat. Man, what the hell happened to my fucking knuckles? They're hurting. Should they even get headers for my Gen 3 manual? I daily drive it and just want an E-tune and roll out and be honest. What would be the power difference? Roughly about 20 more horse if you go FFE. Oh no, I'm sorry. If you go long tube headers, you're probably going to gain about close to 20 rear wheel horsepower and a on 85 because you can shove all the timing in it. So is that worth it to you? That's on you. 420 Gen 1 Coyote, someone says 412. Exactly. So they somehow got 444 with a 15% drivetrain loss. So that means it's making 480. Stop the cap. Please shut up. I hate when people do that. I want the bathwater like the game girls. Everyone only like their own comments so we can all get cookies. Yeah, if y'all do that, nobody gets cookies. I'll make a post and start from scratch. About to drive in the rain around a bunch of Californians. Pray for me. Yeah, my 2012 didn't get close to that. Exactly. You with free-flowing exhaust and a cold air, you're probably going to see 390 to 405. Period. So 444. Oh, we got the best tuning. You somehow added displacement. You somehow added more RP. You somehow added more lift, more duration on the cams. Stop it. Stop it. You are lying to people. Stock Gen 1, 360 to 370 to the wheel. Maybe. Exactly. Oh shit. Alex got some arthritis in his hand. No, it's like a burning sensation. Maybe I'm having a heart attack. Who the hell knows? I was like, what is it? This thumb's fucked up. Like this is I can go thumbs up here, but this thumb is jacked because I fell on my wrist couple of almost a year ago. Actually, a year ago. Fell on my wrist and this motherfucker, the wrist is jacked up. I've never gotten it fixed because I never got it looked at because I'm a man like that. I want give those cookies to Tony. I vote give those cookies to Tony. So you want to kill him? Dogs can't have chocolate. You want to kill the motherfucker? I barely made 490 with stage 3 cams and supporting mods on my Gen 2. Is the power loss percentage from the trans the same for any number or is it a set number? I mean, for a 6R80, I like to do about 18%. For a MTD2 about 15 or 14%, depending. It's just a close enough number. They probably had correction factor on the dyno. And that's the other thing, JD Swag. Guys that dyno in like Arizona or like Colorado make me laugh the most. The dyno is correcting for altitude. The barrel is like, whoa. And then they don't tell you, oh, by the way, that's a 35% correction factor. I'm like, you might not want to post that number. You look really stupid right now. Thanks, Alex. Can I get a luncheon from Beefcake? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They are a dealer. Yo, Alex, I might be stupid, but I got curious and saw some people arguing about the Boss firing order is the same as a Gen 1 or a Gen 2. They're the same. Coyote firing order is the same from Gen 1 all the way to Gen 3. It's the same firing order. Who has a different firing order? 5.4s, 5.8s, F-150 motors, and Voodoos. But Coyotes all have the same firing order. It's funny how gullible people are. Alex, off topic, I appreciate the videos. It has made me want to start my own gig so I can work for myself. I appreciate the grind. Thank you, with SVT. I appreciate that. And that is the thing I urge the most. If you guys have a passion for something, make it a point to try to make that your main gig. Like I do this as a B-side, but as of now, guys, as of right now, this channel is earning me more money than my main job. Can I sustain myself with these channels? Yes, but at a way lesser capacity. But I only put about 15 hours a week on the channels. If I put 40, I guarantee I'll make good money, but I am happy. Lawn racing treats me well. I'm not a big fan of dealing with people, and that's slowly eating away at me. But for now, the money keeps me there, and the people keep me there because I love my coworkers, and I love the people that I work for, and the money. Of course, let's be honest, the money keeps me there. I'm not stupid. If someone gives me Tony Chocolate, we got to squabble. The 350 has a different firing order from the flat plane crank. Gotcha. Good to know. Thanks. Is built for speed. Sell us dirty fingernails. Mini bike Coyote got not Voodoo. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Gave you guys a minute and a half extra. I'm out of here. I might be on tonight, not 100%. For the other of you that watch the other channel, TDC, I might be on tonight. If I am on tonight, it'll be around 9 o'clock because we got stuff going on, bitch, y'all. All right, guys, I'll see you guys maybe later tonight. Just keep an eye on that, but no promises. But I'll try to get you guys content as we go along. And again, tomorrow, 5 o'clock p.m., YDBT Daily. We're going to do it again and again and again until the new year. And we'll see if we either bring it down to 3 days a week or keep it going as it is because it seems to be doing pretty well. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Thursday. See you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. Bye-bye.